Alright, so a huge box just came in. Alright, so inside that huge box is yet another huge box, but this is the packaging from Anker. This is their new 757 PowerHouse power station. So this is their new flagship power station, and one of the lucky few to take an early look at this product. And here's just some of the interesting features. It's got 6 times longer lifespan. It has to do with the battery chemistry of this power station. It has lithium iron phosphate, and it's got some high quality cells in here. This comes with a 5-year warranty. So some of you guys that are worried about your power stations running out of warranty too early, I think this is probably the power station with the most warranty out there. You can see a 1229 watt hour capacity and a 1500 watt inverter in here. So just looking at the outside of the box again here, recharges in about an hour to 80%. It's got some hyper fast charging technology inside here, so we'll charge up this pretty quick when you charge it over AC. And again, some more specs here in the back. Charges in about 1.2 hours over AC. If you're charging it in your car over the cigarette lighter, it's about 13.8 hours. And then if you're using solar panels, it charges up to 300 watts, and it is, they're estimating about 4.5 hours of 300 watts. And this is what the front of the power station looks like. Of course, we'll take it out of the box and take a closer look at it, and shows you we have some 6 wall outlets, USB-C at 100 watts, USB-A, 12 watts each, and you have 1 car outlet. Okay, so I pulled everything out of the box, and there's this box inside there that has a little note on it saying that you need to charge the power station to activate the battery inside. And inside this box here, you get the AC power cord, nice and thick cable here, and just plugs into the back of the power station. There's a little, I'll show you a little later, there's like a lid that covers the plug for the AC and also for the solar, or actually it's just DC for solar and for the car charger. And so these have a XT60 connector on them. That's the DC side, and it goes up to 30 volts. And then this cable here is a splitter, so it does basically 1 to 3, so you can attach up to 3 100 watt solar panels for 300 watts total to charge up the solar station when you're out and about off grid. You get a nice manual here and another reminder here about the 5-year warranty. Also in the box was this pouch or cover. So this was folded up inside the box, and just goes over the power station to keep it probably dry in case it's like raining or whatever. It's not waterproof or anything like that, but it should help prevent the power station from getting drenched in case it rains. It's a good, nice little rain cover. All right, here's a quick look at the power station itself. You got these nice handles on both sides for carrying around. It's fairly hefty. It's about 40 pounds. Nice little LED light in the front here. Here's your display. You got a power saving switch here, reset button there. This is the button for the light, button for the display. This turns on the car socket, so if you want to use this you have devices that use cigarette lighter adapters, that's for that for 12 volts. And then you have 2 USB-C here, power delivery, 100 watts and 60 watts, as well as 4 USB-A quick charge. And then you have AC outlet section here with a button that turns the section on. 6 outlets, and it looks like 3 are ungrounded, and 3 of them have the ground pin. So here's the back of the power station. You got this door is like held on by magnets. So you pull that down, and this is your 11 to 30 volts at 10 amps for your solar charging or charging via your cigarette lighter in your car. So it's basically DC charging here. And then this is your AC for that giant cord. And this is the fastest way to charge up the power station is via AC. Alright, so I just plugged it in via the power cord in the back, and this came in this state of charge. Looks like about 29%, and it's charging at about 1,000 watts. That's crazy. And then about 1 hour to fully recharge this huge battery bank. So it's using some sort of a special inverter technology. So it's using the built-in 1500 watt inverter, and usually it's used to send DC to AC for these outlets here, but it's also doing it the reverse way as well, taking the AC and converting it back to DC to charge up the batteries. You can see the display turns off, just press the button and the display turns back on. So we'll charge up a little bit here and we'll test out some devices here. Alright, so this is a pretty common usage scenario for power stations that I'm using out in the field. Typically when I'm flying my drones, and here's a drone LiPo charger. So not a huge 6S battery, but you can put some pretty big ones on here and charge it at a higher rate. But this one's only doing like about 1.7 amps at about 27 volts. So that is basically drawing about 55 watts out of this huge power station. Is going to take a long time, almost 10 hours remaining at 73% on AC, at least on these settings. So yeah, this particular power station is probably overkill for my personal usages in terms of like what I would take out in the field. But this would be great for like a group fly if you're out with a bunch of friends or a large group and there's no AC outlets anywhere nearby. And this is going to, obviously you can plug in a whole bunch of additional charges here, and you can go up to 1500 watts and charge up a lot of batteries this way out in the field if you are flying with a pretty large group of friends and want to have off-grid power. Alright, so I could go through the whole routine and plug in a whole bunch of stuff here and watch the power output go up for each of these individual USB devices, but I'm not going to get anywhere near 1500 watts. So I'm going straight to the hair dryer test here and some of my other power station reviews. This thing is rated to 1500 watts at full power. I don't know if this is going to be able to handle it. It might have, well, it obviously will have overcurrent protection. It'll kick in and shut off the power station, or shut off the AC outlets here if it's drawing too much power. But we'll see how much it's going to draw here. You're not going to be able to hear me because the fan from the hair dryer. Go ahead and turn it on. So 58 watts on level 1, just the fan, just the blower. 78, 113. Back to level 1. Alright, I'm going to turn on the heat setting, level 1. And at level 1 we're at 1450 watts. I go, well, no, it burst up to 1400. Now it's at 700. Let's go level 2. Oh, it's doing well. Level 3. Alright, so this power station definitely passed the hair dryer test. So yeah, this hair dryer is looks like it goes up to about 1450 watts or so at full power, and it didn't shut the power station off at all. So the inverter on here is definitely rated for the full 1500 watts. It's probably got a little bit of a burst rating. I didn't get the technical specifications on how much it'll burst up to, for how long. Obviously you can add on some more devices here, but this is going to be great for pretty much anything here. Hair dryer is like one of the toughest devices to test on these power stations. So this will work on other high output devices like refrigerators, air conditioners. Obviously limited in terms of time. If you're drawing 1500 watts and there's only 29 watt hours in here, it'll run for less than an hour. So it's limited by the capacity, but yeah, the inverter can definitely handle the power output. Yeah, so overall this power station is great. Definitely delivers in terms of its power output. In terms of like the longevity of the batteries, if you're concerned about the advertised 3,000 cycles on the batteries, which is way more than industry average, and the 5-year warranty, I think that's Anker is definitely standing behind this product in terms of the warranty and support compared to a lot of other power stations out there that typically the batteries will only last maybe 500 to 1,000 cycles, and this is like way more than the typical industry average out there. So I know the price on this power station is a bit on the higher side compared to some of the other ones out there in the same sort of power output category. But I think the added warranty and the quality of the battery cells inside here do make up for that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you got any questions, and do check out the discount code in the video description. Also, if this one is outside of your budget, they do make two other smaller power stations with a little bit less power output, the 521 and the 535. I'll link those as well in the video description if you want something of similar quality but with a lower capacity and lower power output that might fit your budget a little bit better. That's going to do it for this one. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.